Hello, my beautiful Cancers. Welcome to your reading. If you're new here, this is Divine Light, and today we're going to look into what's coming your way when it comes to money, career, success, and finances within the next 4 weeks. And Miss Mocha is joining us today as well. Let's dive into it and see what's coming your way. I see there's a pathway opening here, a small pathway. I kind of see like a lobster clamp at the end of it, and it seems like showing up within the 3rd week timeline. There are two people that are putting their heads together right there. Seems like there's a partnership forming, and lobsters, I usually interpret them as source of abundance, luxury, because when you look at them, they're actually they multiply really fast in the sense of they have many eggs. When you watch those Alaskan hunters, you see that they have many eggs. They have a bunch of resources. Also, because the rareness, and I think they grow slowly, they are luxury items. So I feel like something that you're opening a pathway to, maybe joining minds with someone is leading you towards a luxury situation, or maybe you're finding this rare item. This can be a product, this can be a service that it can provide to humanity, which can multiply your income, or this can be something already a rare skill that you have. You will utilize that in order to make money. And money is a tool of exchange that we use today. And I've been mentioning in the prior videos as well, if you would like to make more of something, you need to learn more about it. Maybe it's good to just look at the history of money, what we were using before and how it evolved and how it comes to our lives. And I am going to start searching for actually a story, a book about that. I'm going to post it on my community post as well. If you follow up there, you'll see it. I see there are two horses galloping towards. You can see the very clearly within a week or so, within the 1st week period. 2 horses galloping towards you is a very good sign, Cancer. And on your part, it is actually, the chariot that is leaving the old town, going to a new town, symbolizes the Cancer. It's actually comes from your energy. This is a very good sign. It's a double approval from the universe. It is something that you would like to achieve is you have access to it, and seems like you are galloping towards it. Your energy is supporting it, and your energy, I know everybody has their own skill sets or own thinking patterns, and maybe even you have certain products in your hand, and whatever it is that you're offering, I feel like this is going to start picking up during this time. We're in June now. We're going towards end of the June. Actually, the Cancer timeline starts, and this can be about, I know this is the 1st week now, but I feel like here you can start seeing the signs and the symbol. The messages might come forward, and also the ideas might pop in your mind, and the action steps and receiving steps can be during your birthday, happening like a birthday gift for you. There's a mountain. These 2 horses are forming. Mountains are a positive sign because sometimes we see the mountains as obstacles, but in your case, I feel like this is something, a project. Maybe you're climbing to the top of this project, you're completing this journey, this expedition, and then you're going back to the valley and climbing down the valley, or maybe sliding down the mountain really fast and quickly, which you can see forming a V as in victory. So this is going to end up becoming your victory here. And the collection of the goodies, collection of your heart's desire can be within the 2nd week timeline here. I feel like first, maybe you have something in your hand that's a separate issue, but while the second thing comes forward, you're going to have time to deal with like collect the goodies from the first accomplishment, and then you will have time to deal with the second thing coming forward here. There's a massive legal paper for some of you within the 2nd week. There are 2 pathways inside of it. You can see they're not 100% clear. Pathways can be symbolizing maybe you want to change jobs, homes, or relocate to somewhere, but it seems like it's not going outside your comfort zone. This can be maybe in the same city or town. There are 2 pathways opening. they're not 100% clear, and they might be depending on a contract. That's like we see the legal paper. Maybe you need to sign a contract to make them clear for you. And it seems like here there's communication lines forming, but there's not only one person. I see those little dots. All of these little dots are small little people. Little, not in little people, their small little dots are people representative of humans. So it can be not only through one person, but also through like 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you're going to communicate with multiple different people, and they will actually help you reach to your goal, to your final destination, and you will end up with the contract. So I can describe it in this sense here. For example, I've been trying to move for the last 3 weeks, and finally I'm in my new home, and I love it now. I moved twice along the way, and I had to communicate with many people until I get here. I need to communicate the homeowner, the real estate broker, and the other person who prepares the contract, the legal person, and also like while moving with the movers and all that other stuff. So it was a chain of events, chain of people, and I met a very good people along the way and horrible people as well. So it just gave me a perspective of what kind of humans that I want, which become clear to me. It's like a free will choice. When you say, oh, this is not what I want, sometimes life throws us certain things when it comes to materialistically, emotionally, spiritually, so we can select a new thing. Okay. This was a movie back in the day. Scarlett Johansson and Penelope Cruz was playing. I think it was called Vicky Cristina Barcelona. And in that movie, at the end of the movie, the girl, Scarlett actually says that I didn't know what I want here, but I learned what I don't want. Okay, which is actually a way to redirect our focus to the what we want as well. When you realize, oh, this is not what I want, then you can just go with the opposite. Okay, if you're dealing with something, a situation of lack, and then you can turn your focus on the things that I want abundance, not the lack. Okay, and the contract here can be very clean, clear, beautiful. So this can be symbolizing something that is actually going to bring a lot of peace into your life as well. Not only like abundance, wealth, which also I feel like attached to peace, the feeling of peace too. But also it is going to have maybe peace and quiet for some of you. Within the 3rd week timeline, I see a mushroom growing right here, a white mushroom, which has like a rounded cap, like a triangle cap, which is those mushrooms that with like a red cap. That reminded me of that a little bit. However, this is a white one, and the cap is not darker. So this is a resource, a peaceful resource. I'm looking at the flower, like this doves now. They just caught my attention here. So doves are symbols of peace as well. So this mushroom can be a resource or something that actually springs from you naturally, natural skill that you have. This can be your ability to maybe mix certain herbs and make some healing or relaxing teas. It doesn't have to be something extremely complicated. This can be your ability to teach, which is, I feel like it's the highest quality of a human being can like have. I feel like the teachers actually make this world go around because they keep passing the information, valuable information. So it can be something like that. And it seems like it is starting very slowly, small, but it is going to spread massively here for you. You're going to cultivate that skill, and it is going to have your own tree. You can see the tree bark right here, tree body of the tree trunk. And I see here there's a house right under it. This can even be a space for some of you, maybe you're moving into, that will have like, not only like you're going to have abundance in that space, material satisfaction, but also you're going to feel at home. I saw in your heart space there's a male figure. I don't know if you can see that. The nose is a small nose, and he has maybe like a wavy hair, not curly exactly. And this person, the mouth, he has like a horn coming out of his chin, a white horn. Who we have the horny ones, the ones with horns. I'm sorry, not the horny ones. Aries. Taurus and Capricorn. And I felt Capricorn energy here. Capricorn is represented by the devil because Capricorns are extremely goal oriented, but they can get obsessed over some things. And it seems like this is in your heart space. This can be someone, maybe you want to change their mind about certain things, a masculine figure, or I see letter Y came in their first name or the last name. I see here like a candle holder with 3 candles right there. This can be related maybe in 3 days or 3 months. This person shows up in your energy. They're in your heart space, and we see the moon, the half quarter here, actually not the waxing crescent. I think kind of like looking like that for the timeline here. We have the first quarter of the moon, not the phase of the moon. So this is halfway illuminated, halfway you know what to do. And this can be maybe in your situation, if you're going for a school, if you're going for a home application. This person can be the other halfway who knows the information that you need, and they might have a little bit stubborn sign to them. But I feel like for some of you, this is a positive stubborn sign, because this can be someone who gets, like, when they receive an information, they go with it and they try to complete the mission, like someone resilient basically. And it seems like you're going to come across someone, if the help is given, accept it, because it can be like a divine help at the end of the day. Another thing I see here, within the 4th week, there's one more horse, and there's a second baby horse above it, which has like a candle on top of its head. Candle can be also a unicorn, something that you don't really believe it's possible, but it is going to be made possible. And candle most of the time also symbolizes a wish, a desire that you release and it comes back to you, okay? And so the horses are galloping towards you, indicates me with a new baby. Something that you have in your hand can be multiplying and growing within the 4th week, and also becoming your wish fulfillment. I also see this woman right here. I want to point her out right there. She has this dark hair flowing in the wind. In her hair, she has a llama, or this is a strange, like the tail looks like a duck, but the head looks like earth creature, like maybe a llama. Another thing, emu, kind of like that. So earth creature, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the water creature, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This can be someone who has those heavy the energies on her chart. Someone maybe extremely attractive women. This can be your energy as well. She's having a conversation. When I cover this up, you can see with a man with a long head. So, and a flat head. Flat head can be symbolizing this person doesn't really have any imagination. And I feel like this can be vice versa. This can be someone who's creative coming into your life and giving you a different perspective to maybe achieve the success in your endeavors. Another thing here, you might be the person actually walking into this person's life with a flat head, doesn't have imagination, giving them a different perspective. Okay, this seems like the 3rd week timeline this is showing up. And then it's like reaching to the 4th, then the horse is arriving. Maybe your collaboration with this person is also going to bring the success here. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. Your energy field is intact. I see a keyhole in your heart space. For some of you, this can be the keyhole to your home, your car, your new office, and your desire coming extremely fast. But in some cases, it is clean keyhole, but timeline wise, it's like the 4th week, maybe towards the end of the month, like your timeline in the sense of your birthday timeline. Also, though, this is surrounded by a lot of people. If you don't like to socialize, this can be requiring you to socialize for this time, because this is the next 4 weeks. This doesn't mean for the lifetime, but for the period of receiving your heart's desire, you might need to connect with the right energies. I see here a pine tree planted here. The thing about the pine tree, the first place that I moved actually had this tall, in the middle of the city, tall, high pine trees, and they're very good, smell really great, but they have certain things that spill out of them onto the cars, to the garden, and they caused allergies basically to me. So this can be something looking like it's that's why you're pushing it outside your zone. You don't want this, okay? This can be something looking like a very majestic from outside, but then when you experience it, maybe you're going to experience this thing within the beginning of the month. And this can be also like a job opportunity or a school that you want to go into. That's the first thing popped into my head. And when you go discover, maybe go for an orientation, you're going to realize, oh, no, this is not meant for me. I don't want this, okay? That's why you're pushing that energy outside. This doesn't mean this energy is bad or good. This means that it's not really fitting with you. So you're making another choice. You're choosing something, like you're recognizing something you don't want, and you're choosing something you do want in this case, okay? And I feel like in your hand, you probably have multiple options, because in your cup, we had a massive tree trunk as well. Let's dive into your tarot now. If you have a specific question, a subject in your mind, you can focus on that one. But if you don't have anything, we're going to see generally what's coming your way. Okay? Let's shuffle it one more time. Well, she woke up. Look at her. She woke up for a second. Let's see what's happening in your current situation. The star is wish fulfillment, guys. Some of you are living the dream already, but it seems like some of you are on the brink of living your dream, okay? A dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. So can be also like you're on the brink of ending a difficult situation. Now you're upgrading to a better scale. This seems like your current state here. And the North Star in the background shows us not only that you are actually upgrading to the place that you want to go. This can also be for some of you your soul purpose, your divine soul purpose, soul agreement that you actually manifested on this planet. Financial opportunities are going to show up in a way that fits with your soul spirit, your heart's desire, because Ace of Raphaels is Ace of Cups. 2 dolphins on the background. I feel like it is going to have some playfulness, because the dolphins have playfulness. Also, they have great communication skills. So this can be a place that you will have perfect communication with the people, with the job, what you're doing, or if this is something that you're manifesting is in the sense of abundance and wealth and resources. It is going to obey to your orders, I feel like here. A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships. I feel like romance can be also in what you're doing. You can have a romantic attitude with that, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So you're going to also, I feel like, recognize the formula of creating what you want materialistically. The challenge here is King of Michaels can be someone very logical, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, principled, rational, ambitious, and respected. Someone goes with the logic, not with the intuition. And that can be the challenge here, because, okay, you can calculate every single risk, but sometimes when you step into it, you still not feel good about if the things are going to go right or wrong. So like, I'm not really knowledgeable about the stock market, but I believe in the past, I think something happened with the GameStop. Something just went so high and then dropped so low. I'm not sure if that's the case, but like it can be something like this person might be playing the game of, okay, this is going to go so well, and then he cannot really foresee, he cannot really sense the spiritual aspect of things. But Cancer, you have that part in yourself. So the challenge is going only with logic and calculation and not listening to your intuition. Wisdom and objectivity are important, it says, but this is the challenge here. Staying in your integrity, that's important too. A situation that calls for honest and open communication, and I feel like that can be your also challenge as well. Maybe you don't approve what this person wants to do, but you're still obeying because you're thinking they know better. So it can be you speaking your truth is the key here. Okay, how should you manage your finances? 2 of Raphaels is the 2 of Cups energy. To dedicate yourself to what you're doing. 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. And this can mean also picking up a partner for yourself along the way, okay, who has the same values, who wants to do the same things, who has the same end goals as you do. And something wonderful is going to happen with that energy. kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. And don't give up on those you love, meaning maybe don't give up on, okay? Don't give up on the projects, the desires that you have, okay? What will that bring to you in the long term? Ten of Michaels is a good one. Ten of Swords energy. Ending a dramatic situation, maybe something in like a money issues that you're not really enjoying. Seems like here when you continue with your own intuitive guidance, also logic, and doing what you love, dedicate yourself to the cause, you're going to end this past dramatic situations when it comes to financials. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind. So this is the positive. This is the final result. So it's either way, it's positive. You might feel a little bit Seven of Pentacles energy hesitant here because some things are coming to an end, but this is actually telling you that you have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. So you're basically manifesting something really powerful already, which will end up bringing you a lot of joy. And we have here Three of Cups, reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationship or children. And I feel like this can be also your relationship with money is going to upgrade as well. Okay, let's see. She wants to do some readings too. She's bored. She's taking medicine. So she's been locked in for the last 2 months now, or maybe 1.5 months. We have Nine of Pentacles here. This is actually indicative of the star is going to bring your wish fulfillment, your material success, that you will get to do what you would love to do. You're going to enjoy that creation very well. And we have here, this is the King of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. So seems like here the financial opportunity might be even provided by someone who will be investing in your cause. Can be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I felt the Capricorn energy on the bottom of your cup. Like I said, maybe someone is going to give you the support that you need. This can be the person, or this can be you taking charge of a situation and finding the right solution to your problem. The challenge is, let's see, this is the Eight of Cups, not walking away from what doesn't serve you anymore. Okay, recognizing. I feel like King of Michaels also logically, you're recognizing what serves you, what doesn't serve you, but maybe you're not really making the emotional decision to walk away from because you invested too much energy. I actually saw that, like Iyanla Van Zandt. I think I don't know if I pronounce it right. She is a coach, but she was also a lawyer. I think I saw her in Oprah's program a couple of times, and she also had her own program. And she mentions there, because she said she invested too much energy into a relationship that it took her 20 years to get out of that. But at the end of the day, she had to get out because it wasn't really serving her anymore and growing her and helping her. So I feel like Eight of Cups, that has energy. Maybe because you have invested in something too much, you're actually getting stuck in that, and you're feeding that beast, basically. This is the time that you're going to make a logical decision, and you're going to maybe even stop feeding it anymore. It doesn't mean that you just get out of it completely, but it is actually making a decision, a logical decision to walk out of that. That's going to be the challenge for you here, okay? Two of Raphaels, Two of Cups. We have here, I'm trying to see the numbers, 12. This is also Knight of Pentacles. We have the Master of Pentacles here. So Knight of Pentacles is the how will you proceed is doing what you love, dedicate yourself. And Knight of Pentacles actually prepares his land and plants the seed and then collects it very successfully at the end of the day. Even though these are two different cards, I feel like they have the same energy in your case. Prepare your soil, plant your seeds, because they're about to grow. Whatever that you plant, about to grow. And finally, I have here, this is number 5. 5 of Cups with the 10 of Swords. There's going to be an ending. 5 of Cups can be in a way that you choose to see what didn't work out or what you didn't get. But it seems like here this is coming as like a warning. See what you have received out of the situation. Maybe you learn what you don't want here, and that's a plus, that's a gain as well, because sometimes people take years to understand what they don't want. And it seems like here with this dramatic ending that you're going to put an end to a situation, you will recognize that immediately. And I see here we have, is this the swords? Yes, this is the Knight of Swords coming forward with the Seven of Pentacles. So you might have doubt what to do next, but it seems like you're planting your seeds very carefully and very successfully. And logically, you're going to come to understand what to do next. Next step will come forward. And finally, we have the Three of Cups, the celebration. Also, this is the Fool, the new beginning. Okay, stepping into an unknown territory maybe for some of you, but this is going to be a territory of joy, happiness, and optimism. Let's see where your oracle actually states. Now we're going to jump into that. We're going to look to see during this timeline what you should focus on. How can you do that? And when you do focus on those, what the blessings will come forward with that. Let's see. Okay, beyond greed. Okay, focus on beyond greed. I feel like this is the energy of there are certain things that we desire because the society dictates, or our ancestors, family dictates on us, and that becomes a greedy thing. That's not really our heart's desire. So focus on the things which you truly want rather than focusing on material things. Yes, you can ask for material things. That can be like super luxury car, but do you want it because you enjoy driving a car, or and like you like to feel the wind in your hair, or is it because everybody wants it and your mama or your grandfather would be proud of you? Is that the reason? So I feel like because when you get to other people's desire, that turns into a greedy position. So focus on beyond greed. How can you do that? Living totally. This kind of reminds me of, he's the Diogenes, I think Diogenes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I think that Alexander Great comes to him. He like rides his horses. He hears about this philosopher that he lives by the Black Sea, and he draws to him and he says, like, ask for anything from me, I will give it to you. And he says, just don't make shadow. He was living in a barrel, and he says, don't make, like, don't block my sun. He says, okay, so this is, he is actually living his life to the best, even though he doesn't really have anything, but he has everything because no one can actually dictate him. So you can practice within this next 4 weeks, living totally, living having, taking pleasure out of everything that you're doing, and also feeling that joy with everything that you do, every person that you speak to. Being authentically yourself is also a great help. And finally, I have here blessings that bring to you the failure, but okay, we're going to look more into it. 41 is actually a protective number when it comes to shamanic culture. So this can be also bringing you something that you think is a failure, but I feel like here with this 41 number is a protection number, okay? So it can be something, rejection is a protection at the end of the day. And let's see what's under it. Oh, you might actually experience some anger through this, which is okay. On the bottom, we have meditation, contemplation. So I feel like here for some of you in this energy, maybe you are pursuing other people's goals and desires, and that will come to light, and which will give you the opportunity to choose again. Okay, let's see what this means, this card. Okay, it says being in the moment. Okay, this is not the case that I was looking for. This wasn't what I was looking for, but it says your cosmic spirit can actually reach to the goals that you want first. Okay, let's see. You might experience some failure. Okay, well, the oracle wants you to know that the blessing that might be showing up as a blessing. Like I said, this is a positive thing. The failure can be also a redirection in your case, and the anger comes forward here too. I feel with the anger's energy, it shows up something negative, but it can be something that you have been suppressing for a while now when it comes to receiving the things that you want or not receiving the things that you want. This will give you the chance. You see, he's actually beating the pillow instead of going and fighting with the cause. He's actually releasing the emotion by doing an activity that helps him release the emotion. So with that, I feel like you're going to realize, okay, you're going to actually release the things that has been holding you back, which happened to me like a while ago. Like before I started this channel, I had a lot of anger, and I have been through like this kind of like a therapy type of a thing. Not really therapy, but it was like a session that I have done to myself. I researched and did it, which will give me, you see the green, this is the emerald, the color of wealth, basically, which gave me more space. It just expanded my vision. It just expanded my receiving powers. And you can see with the wholeness right here that whatever is lost is going to be actually made up, and it is going to multiply and come back to you fast. So if you're going through rejection is redirection, and when you're feeling totally, living totally, I feel like you're going to recover from whatever this is, and you're going to come to recognize that what you desired actually was something maybe just pushed onto you. I know, like, this is something sometimes I mention, that sometimes when I always mention the positivity, positive things, I see in the comments, oh, you keep telling these things, but none of these happen to me. And I decided recently to mention also negative things coming forward. I feel like here there is this failure that we think maybe something that you're pursuing belongs to some other people, or some other things that you're doing for others will end up being in a way that doesn't really work for you. So you can actually find what is your true heart's desire, end up there, okay, and then achieve that one. Let's get to your second oracle. I ask the best advice or guidance for my beautiful Cancers now through unconditional love. Thank you. We have a beautiful, peaceful blue door with these flowers. I actually have these flowers right outside of my window now. The Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. So exploration is the key here. And I feel like it's not only exploring what's outside of you, it's also self-exploration within you as well. There is an odyssey within you, there's a story within you, and that is probably going to bring more of your desire. You can surpass this failure stage and anger stage is fast, or maybe you don't even have to experience it when you go on to that internal journey and ask for what you're truly wanting when it comes to materialistically, and maybe even specifying that, moving on from what you don't want to what you want, what you do want. Okay, let's get your spirit animal for this month. Which animal wants to guide you, help you, be with you? We have a firefly. Fireflies tend to create their own energy and illuminate the pathway. For some of you, I feel that energy of firefly, you are actually illuminating the pathway for yourself and others. And this is also inspiration coming to you, and maybe you're being guided to a new direction in your work. I feel like here it says, actually not my feeling, this is when you're feeling balanced, this can help you write, create, and brainstorm good ideas, and those ideas can also multiply your attraction power and help you receive the things you want. Okay, even if it's not really related, maybe you're not going for writing, you're going for a job that is not even related to that, but it can also inspire you and clarify what you truly want. Let's get to your affirmation, meditation, or advice for this month. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I guess I do stuff, but I don't feel like an actual thing yet. This is like an arcade theme affirmation desk, which I love. It's called Rainbow Brain Skull, and it has like glitters on the side too. If you felt fully formed, wouldn't the game be over? Many of the greats struggle with imposter syndrome, while amateurs are brimming with confidence. Take it as a good sign that you don't feel like an actual thing yet. It probably means you are one. Okay, I love that. All right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.